Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. So, this Illuminati situation is picking back up again. Now, this was something we talked about a while ago, and it seems that it's only going to get worse before it gets better. So, Oz Media has released a video and is basically detailing an update on what is happening moving forward. And this is my water bottle, by the way. It's really cozy. There's a storm right now, so it's really cold. Just to kind of let you know that things are going to be getting worse with Illuminati. It looks like it's going to be going a very legal route. Oz Media is working on a very big video that is going to be allegedly detailing everything that Illuminati has done. I very briefly watched this video last night, but I did want to watch it with you all today. So let's do that. I see that everyone's reminding me. Yes, I'm vlogging on my second channel. I'm posting a video. I thought you were holding like a stuffed cat, or I think it's my little water bottle. I'm uploading on my second channel every single day. So if you want to click the pinned down below, you can come and see my second channel. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much to everyone coming over. Let's watch this video from Oz Media. Now, Oz Media has set up a GoFundMe and has raised $26,000 already of the $4,000 target, which is the media legal fees and housing fund. So sorry, Oz Media legal fees and housing fund, not literally like media fees. So let's read this. This is the GoFundMe. So within 24 hours has raised 26,000 from Oz Media. I'm still working on my video. The cover photo being said is the video. The photo is of me. However, Redacted is taking legal action against me, trying to take my home, and I need help with the legal costs. So Redacted is obviously Illuminati. I need help with the legal costs, and we'll be providing a full and detailed explanation of what this is, how it's happening, and why I'm in this position within my video. If you have any hesitations on donating because of the lack of information, the video will be provided as an update with a timestamp once available, as I do not want to divulge too much information while the video is still in the works, kind of as, you know, tipping off Illuminati. Anything helps. I need to secure a retainer fee to allow me to pursue my defense. Anything over the legal fees will be used to secure my home or housing in the future if it comes to it. So Illuminati is literally in control of Oz Media's living right now house. And we are going to get to this video, but I think it's beautiful that literally within... This video was posted a day ago, within 24 hours, from almost 1,000 donors, 26,000. The YouTube community can be great. Let's watch this video. I love the Garfield. I have this.
Howdy everyone, I'm Oz, in the flesh. No cartoon avatar this time. I'm making this because I'm giving an update to both my regular viewers and those who are here for something a bit more specific. To my regular viewers first, I hope this video can help explain where I've been over the last 3 years. For those who are here for the Illuminati drama, I do have some news, and I'm making this video for full transparency, as I believe this is important in a situation like this. First and foremost, I need to make everyone aware, for reasons that I hope this update will make clear, for my safety, I need to put a short and temporary pause on production of my video on Illuminati. The video will still, of course, be produced. I just need to put things on a lower burn and return to regular content for the time being. For many reasons. Some of them being the honest truth that I can't afford to continue at this rate, both fiscally and physically. Illuminati has taken this to a legal front.
Now, I 100% know why this video is being made. Very clearly, he has not posted videos in a very long time. Oz has not. And I know that when you're in the midst of something, and you post videos that don't have to do with the topic that people want you to talk about, the comments will be filled with people saying, are you not talking about it? Are you moving on? Or what's the update? So I think the reason this video is clearly, like he said, is being made is letting people know I have to return home to my channel in some format that isn't talking about Blair, Illuminati, but I'm not ignoring the topic. I just still need to be able to make a living. And you know what I appreciate in this? The transparency. I appreciate the transparency here. But it seems that not only is Illuminati Blair taking this to a legal route, but is threatening Oz in many ways. And It's just fuck Illuminati on this channel, and I think it is pretty much anywhere. And how much the community are behind Oz, I think is great. Is Illuminati still uploading videos? I have not checked in on that channel in a while. Illuminati. Wow. No one's really watching for a channel that has, 1.3 million subscribers. I mean, 3 hours ago, 2,000 views. I guess the media have chosen where they want to be. But I think it's disgusting the way that she's just continuing to upload.
How poorly things went for her on the internet. As a reminder, for those of you unaware, Illuminaughtii started a fight with a lawyer on Twitter, accused him of copying...
Someone said, can someone nutshell the drama? He is going to do that right now.
For those of you unaware, Illuminaughtii started a fight with a lawyer on Twitter, accused him of copying her style, which then led to other content creators and past collaborators speaking out about their past interactions.
Remember, like Wonder, One Topic, and The Click.
With her.
And we watched all of those and talked about all that.
The one who took this off of Twitter and brought it onto YouTube, where she would then post a suicide note of one of her former employees for the world to see as an attempted own. Now, full transparency, I was one of the creators who spoke out against her, despite the fears and hesitations that I had. I've put a lot of things in my life on hold to produce this video, ending up with nearly 110 pages of a manuscript which details as much of what I can. And let me tell you something,
look at this. This is the production of the video so far about Illuminati, and this is why Illuminati is scared. This is why Illuminati is taking it the legal route. This is why Illuminati, because once a video like this comes out from Oz Media, who I'm pretty sure also dated Blair. Chat, true or false? I feel that they dated. Am I wrong? I feel that they dated. True? They did. So, Blair knows that it's over once this video comes out, which is why she's trying her best to ruin his life before it.
This monstrosity into a video with its accompanying 5,000 screenshots has been one hell of a monumental task for me, a one-person team, to embark on. I want to get everything right, or more of I need to, and I need to ensure that everyone's stories are factual, but to do so, I need to pump the brakes and not rush this out for the sake of being able to not stress about my next meal, or my next bill for that matter. Because of this, I need to, and more importantly, I want to, continue my regular content so I can afford to live day.
And I also think it's really sad that he has to make this video where he's like, I need to go back to making videos for my own sake, and also for the fact that I have to make money. I think it's sad that he even has to address this, because even if you're in the midst of something very traumatic to you, that doesn't justify you. And it doesn't mean that anytime you talk, you have to speak about this or whatever. And I like the transparency, but I'm sad that he has to acknowledge that he's going to be going back to regular content almost in a way of not disappointing people whenever it's a situation that's traumatic to him, not the viewers,
Day to day. There is another factor to all of this, a factor which Illuminaughtii has caused, or as I will be calling her throughout this video, Blair. For full transparency, which will be explored more in my future video, Blair and I dated. We were a couple for a decent chunk of time. This puts me in an ungodly complicated situation of doing everything that I can to try and separate the relationship drama from the public drama, as in the process of dating her, there are a lot of things which I bore witness to. Before anything else, I want to firmly state that this update is being made with the understanding that there is a likelihood that this will end up in a courtroom. I say this because things have been escalating quite a bit behind the scenes.
And meanwhile, Illuminaughtii has been uploading like 100 videos a day on her YouTube channel.
This has certainly been rising.
What a fake persona.
I can only describe as retaliation from the person who's my ex, former employer, and prior colleague. Blair is in the process of currently foreclosing my home. Because of this...
This is terrifying that someone who... This is terrifying that someone who was dating Blair had control of his finances, his home, his job. That is an insane power fucking... And now she's putting his home up for foreclosure? What the... She is evil. She just likes power over people. pyre.
Of Blair taking my home from me. I need to pump the brakes and change directions so I won't be homeless come Christmas. Because that's when Blair set my home to foreclose, right before Christmas. And yes, Blair has the power to set the foreclosure sale. This situation was a fear and hesitation that I had from the beginning, even telling Wonder as far back as April, a day before my...
I'm scared, man. She has the power to evict me from my house. And if she were to do that, Wonder said, you would go public too. She gets scared, doubles down, and then she evicts you. She would permanently lose her platform. She wouldn't dare. She can barely reply to Legal Eagle. She wouldn't do such a thing. I'm going to be sick. Are you home all right? Are you able to chat? This is so fucked.
Thread went up that I was mortified that if I spoke out against Blair or even dared to cross her, that she would retaliate with taking my home from me. When I did speak out, as many of you are aware, Blair sent me a cease and desist. A cease and desist, by the way, over a Twitter thread which she apologized for not only in her video, but as well as privately. Despite this, I persisted on working on my video, continuing the production of something which started as 20 pages, then slowly grew into the novel that it's become. Throughout this entire process, I had the fear that once I released this video, Blair would drop the hammer on me. I've lived the last 4 months of my life with the looming threat of Blair's retaliation, and truth being, from my understanding, she could have done this as early as June. As to why Blair waited so long, I'm honestly unsure. To me, it feels like Blair is taking every course of action that she can to prevent this video from being produced, from legal threats to trying to take my home, which wouldn't be surprising, considering Blair's alleged white-collar crimes I intend to expose with evidence within my video. Before any of this, however, I am taking the proper legal channels and speaking with the right people to elevate this down the needed path. Because of this, it would be unwise of me to reveal further information. I can only assume this is one of the reasons Blair is...
He's not only dealing with a breakup here, he's not only dealing with Blair turning on his friends, he's not dealing with Blair just turning on him publicly. He's dealing with Blair threatening privately, legally, threatening that his home could be taken off him. His job could be taken from him. Wait, what does white collar crimes mean? Let me go. White collar crime is a non-violent crime by deceit or concealment to avoid losing money or property or gain a personal business advantage. Examples include security fraud, embezzlement, corporate fraud, or money laundering. Ooh.
So determined to shut down my video's production. And to repeat myself from earlier, every word that I speak within this update is with the explicit understanding that this video may end up on the floor of a courtroom. In order for me to fight this, regular production of my content is needed to help fund the production of this said video. The reason why I'm making this update is so it's understood that I'm not just ignoring my obligations and responsibilities and suddenly hiding behind a flurry of videos in hopes that people will one day forget.
This is so sad, though, that he literally is feeling the need to explain that if he uploads videos, he's not hiding or anything like that whenever he is the victim in this situation. I hope the response to this video, he's seeing at least that, like, he's in no rush to talk about a situation that he doesn't have to talk about if he doesn't want.
The reason why this video has taken so much time as it has is not only am I a one-man team producing this, but I'm also continually uncovering more segments to the story and hearing more and more voices that come forward to speak their side of things. Interviews, questionnaires, screenshots, the works. All from a number of individuals. During this process, the video will continue to remain under production. I'm not stopping this because of her retaliation. While she did successfully give me pause, I do fully intend to complete this video. Now, let's talk about how Blair is even able to foreclose on me. What put her in a position of power beyond a landlord, a mortgagee, which in my eyes is something even worse. As a quick note, Blair's name is not on any of the original documents related to my home. I'm providing All of this information to give full context to the GoFundMe, as I feel it's more than deserved, as honestly, I would feel guilty as hell putting the video on pause shortly after it hit its funding goal, followed by me just continuing to upload regular content without warning. More details will of course follow with the main video, as I do not have time to fully expand on everything. As I briefly stated previously, Blair and I dated. We started when I was 20 and she was 28. And currently, I'm 23, almost 24. In the beginning, Blair walked me into several poor financial decisions. My naivety caused me to believe her reassurances that I could handle all of the financial obligations being dropped onto my shoulders by someone more.
This is so... I'm just trying to take all this in. It's like there is so much of a power imbalance, not only to do with like literally numbers here, that what we just heard, but the fact that she is controlling everything and he is so young. It's almost hard to take all this. Like, it literally isn't even like a power imbalance. It's everything. I can't even. Job, life, work, income, house. Mix that in with a huge age where he's literally... Did he say 20? Fucking hell. Jesus. Holy shit.
More experience in life than I was. Why these obligations were placed onto me? At the time, Blair had bad credit, so all of the purchases, loans, everything was being placed in my name. This included the car that she purchased then revoked from Wonderstruck. I was on the loan as a co-signer only because of my credit at the time. Eventually though, the financial responsibilities that I incurred would stack up on me, building a mountain of monthly debt that would lead me into several financially tight months, and eventually just breaking. This would lead me to asking Blair, my partner, for financial help.
Oh my god, and then this... Such a public duo, a private relationship, landlord basically, and then she's using all that now to turn into like a legal issue.
Help for things such as my home.
And so much pressure on him when he's so young. When he's so young. I'm 29. The thought of renting is scary. I can't even imagine the thought of like this with like legal and landlord and like mortgages and loans and credit, and like he's so young.
Which she was living in. Help from my partner, who at any given time would be making up to 30 times my monthly income. These amounts of assistance would be added to a ledger of debt. And I want to clarify again. Blair wasn't my bank. She wasn't my landlord. She was my partner at this time.
She had bad credit, but she told everyone that she could retire already. Yeah, and then used Oz as a way of like avoiding that. Oh my god. The fact she's just uploading like 10 videos a day and ignoring all this.
This ledger also includes things such as a non-refundable design fee and land deposit on a multi-million-dollar...
The fact they started dating when he was 20 and she was 28, not to mention the literal financial abuse, just toxic all around, Darcy said in the fucking hell.
Custom home that she threatened to break up with me if I didn't agree to proceed on this with her, as well as other financial expenses that I honestly can't account for, nor even come close to this number when digging through my own finances. This ledger would creep into...
Sorry, I just count with that age difference. The age difference is so apparent because he is so young, right? People can talk all they want about people who are older and, you know, the age difference, but it's because he's 20. Like, what business does she have?
Range of $180,000, an insurmountable amount where I don't even understand how she got there. That number ballooned higher and higher, the number ever increasing, and I never questioned it out of guilt for needing help. Guilt from her telling everyone, from her friends to my friends, to her employees, to hell, even her Discord staff, about my finances, oftentimes unprompted. Guilt involving the fact that everyone I interacted with on a day-to-day basis looked down on me for her words towards me. My own partner, the person who was supposed to be my other half, was actively putting me in a position where she was chipping away at my mental health. I was afraid to tell anyone what was happening because she had convinced me that I was a parasite, that I avoided telling anyone who could have helped. Who could have helped me
Man,
see
this
what
is
was
rough.
happening, out of fear of further confirmation, more eyes looking down on me. Something to note, when you're around Blair, your world revolves around her. In my case, my home was hers, despite her name not being on it. I had no friends out in Colorado, a state that I moved to at the behest of Blair. Only Blair's friends were out here. All of my connections had to be approved by her. I wasn't allowed to be friends with people she didn't like, such as Click and One Topic, or even Wonder, once that bridge was burned and reduced to cinders. I was even in a position where my finances were nearly entirely controlled by her, from what debts I took on to later being the fact that she was the person who signed my paychecks. All while my world was painted to me in a light where I should be grateful for her generosity. It wasn't until recently, when I explained my situation to my parents, my friends outside of Blair's control, that
It's like she fully created an environment for him that she would be able to abuse it in as much as possible, right? Like, she changed where he lived. So then, she had the power. His friends were the people that she was carefully choosing were her friends. So she controlled who he talked to. And probably anything he would ever say would get back to her. She basically had hired him. She owned his house. They were dating. There was nothing. She had taken him away from his family. There's nothing that she didn't control in his life. And there's also a huge dynamic change here and a lot of years between them.
I began to understand just how perverse my life had become for nearly 3 years. And I want to add, I tried to pay Blair back in any way that I could, by the way. I felt indentured to her by this debt she had hanging over my head. Hell, I even took a position in her company at a lower pay to try and pay this debt back. Offered to work with her in her crypto farm for free to pay back the debt. Anything that I could to try and make myself feel useful. While I worked for Blair's company, I helped improve it in any way that I could with my knowledge of how YouTube worked. I was able to assist in the push for Blair's channel to make the sudden and stark rise into a new payout range of 6 figures a month, all while I was being paid not even enough to get by with my monthly bills. And Blair was very aware of my finances. I sacrificed a lot of my time to try and recoup this debt while also trying to help save her channel. Because in 2021, due to personal and private...
So the fact that she is now taking all of them up legally because they're going to expose this, I mean, good luck to her. Good luck to her.
reasons expressed to me by Blair, this would lead me to up and almost entirely abandon my channel throughout the year of 2022. More of this story later, because there are more pieces. But this led to the end of 2022, where Blair would take advantage of not only my financial strife, but both my legal and financial illiteracy in December of that year. When I was 23 and Blair was nearly 31, Blair, with her lawyer, would create an honestly quite confusing legal document for me to sign.
Wow, this age bracket. I thought I heard it wrong the first time. The age, oh my god, the age jump is so gross because he's so young.
Where I would agree to pay back her debt. Blair, Being the person who signed my checks knew that I couldn't afford legal representation. Blair also knew that the $2,500 that she was having me pay monthly towards that debt was almost as much as I was making monthly working for her. This would mean that I could barely pay for anything else in my life other than the debt that I owed her. Everything I made working for her was going right back into her pocket. Blair would bring me to her lawyer's office. Put me in
All
a
this
room
pressure on a 23-year-old is crazy. It's
alone with the two of them, with papers in front of me. Papers which I foolishly signed for a myriad of reasons, ranging from Blair expressing that this would mend our relationship, that it was the right thing for me to do, that this would also protect her legally and prevent her from getting into trouble with the IRS. She also would describe to me, and while I can't remember if this exact word was ever used, she essentially explained to me that because she used company funds to assist me, that she had committed embezzlement. And by converting the amount that I owed her into a loan with her company, this would save her skin legally. Now, to most people, that word may not have a lot of meaning. But to me, when I was 11, my mother was incarcerated for this exact crime, a remnant of the 2008 financial crisis. This taught me a very harsh lesson from an early age. But more importantly, Blair was aware of this past of mine. Whether this was used against me, I can't say for certain, but the idea of another person I loved being locked away, but this time for my actions, words cannot describe the guilt.
dude, that
As
is
I
so
briefly stated earlier,
fucked.
Blair used this debt as a promise that this would specifically help mend our relationship, not our friendship, and put us on a better foot. It wouldn't be until a few weeks after signing that document that I would learn that she had already moved on and had almost everyone
Emotional and
in my
financial
daily
abuse,
life
yeah.
keep this fact a secret from me. Blair used all of this, promises of reconciliation and other factors, which will soon be further
God, I
elaborated
hate her.
as means to get me to sign a document known as a deed of trust. I wasn't aware of the power that this document held, what it does, what it allowed her to do. Again, I couldn't afford legal representation.
But he was also like 23.
This document gave her the power to foreclose if I was unable to make a monthly payment of nearly $2,500 for nearly a decade.
So she basically manipulated him into signing a document saying that it would help their relationship, but in reality was getting him to sign something that allowed her more power over his life.
Blair knew that even with my income working for her, that this wasn't possible. So, it feels as though she knew that I would be destined to fall behind, that this outcome was inevitable. If the home is foreclosed or if I decide to sell, Blair gets an immediate payout, and it's because of this that I'm hesitant to take the easy way out. There's also the fact that there's just not enough equity in the home, that if this were to foreclose upon, Blair would still be out money, and she could then sue me further to get that money back. If you're looking for an easy point of evidence, as you can see with Wonder, Blair has a habit of taking advantage of younger men, 8 years younger than her, and their financial illiteracy for her own personal gain. Originally, I assumed that I would have the video produced by now, but unfortunately, I overestimated my abilities, and also had to deal with
Daz,
legal
the
and
patterns, and
financial
also thank
stress
you.
which followed. It's obvious to me that I need to focus on myself and not destroy my well-being for this video. This, of course, leads me to the GoFundMe. Not a penny of what has been raised will be used to repay Blair. I will be using the aid given for legal fees and only necessary expenses. The purpose is to aid me in potentially breaking out of what I can only call a manipulative situation with several lanes of legal red tape in front of me. This money will be used to secure a legal retainer in any legal cost, and once and only once the legal front is secured, will I use the funding to help with monthly finances related to securing my home. Finances which are not tied to Blair in any way. I also want to add that I'm not trying to escape any debt that I may rightfully owe Blair. I just don't want to fucking lose my home or lose it from retaliation. For further future transparency, I intend to provide updates with my GoFundMe, which will include progress updates and invoices when applicable. I intend to be as transparent as I legally can throughout all of this, and of course, I wanted to thank everyone for their patience with me, and I felt that this update was more than deserved by everyone
Sorry, I'll let it finish.
who's been here so far. Thank you all. Also, he took the furniture.
Wow, she is so evil. Oh, is that what he said? Oh, and she took the furniture? Oh, I missed that. Um, this is so fucked up. Like, it is abuse in every sense of the word. Abuse of power, emotion, like it just is so crooked. And the fact she's taking it legally because she's probably got all these people to sign documents that says that they won't take it public and all like that. The truth will prevail. When you've done that much shit, it'll come around. It'll come around again. God, I'm sending Oz Media my best. And also fuck you, Illuminati. Fuck you, Blair. Like, so evil, right? Just it's so bad. God, I'm sending him my best. And I just, the fact he keeps feeling he has to like apologize for like going back to regular videos just so he can make money. I mean, this is his job. She's taken everything else from him. Fuck. Oi.